Who was the man that stopped the most terrifying army in the world? For decades, the Mongol Empire had been destroying everything in its path. From China to the Middle East, entire cities were wiped off the map. Kingdoms collapsed, armies were crushed, and no ruler seemed capable of stopping them. Their reputation alone was enough to make nations surrender without a fight. In 1258, the Mongols delivered one of the greatest shocks in medieval history. They captured Baghdad, one of the greatest cities of the Islamic world. The Abbasid Caliphate, which had ruled for centuries, was destroyed. The city was devastated. Libraries were burned, palaces were destroyed, and the caliph himself was killed. After Baghdad fell, fear spread across the entire region. Many rulers believed resistance was impossible. If the Mongols decided to march toward your land, defeat was almost certain. And now, the Mongols were turning their attention toward Egypt. Their powerful general Kitbuka led a Mongol army advancing through Syria and Palestine. One city after another fell before them. Many believed Egypt would be the next victim. But in Egypt, a new leader had risen. His name was Saif ad-Din Qutuz. Qutuz had not been born into power. As a child, he had been captured and sold into slavery before eventually rising through the ranks of the Mamluk military. The Mamluks were elite warriors trained from childhood in warfare, discipline, and loyalty. When Qutuz became the ruler of Egypt, he faced a terrifying reality. The Mongol army was coming. Soon, a message arrived from the Mongol leader Hulagu Khan. It was not a negotiation. It was a threat. The message demanded surrender and warned that any resistance would lead to total destruction. Most rulers in history had submitted when they received such messages. But Qutuz made a decision that shocked everyone. Instead of surrendering, he ordered the Mongol messengers executed. Their heads were displayed in Cairo as a message to the Mongols. Egypt would not surrender. Qutuz knew the Mongols were almost impossible to defeat in open battle. Their speed, discipline, and horse archers had destroyed many armies before. But he also knew that waiting for them to reach Egypt would be suicide. So he made a bold choice. He marched north to meet the Mongol army before they could invade his homeland. In the year 1260, the two armies met in Palestine at a place called Ain Jalut, which means the Spring of Goliath. Qutuz and his commanders prepared a clever plan. Part of the Mamluk army hid behind the hills, while a smaller force appeared in front of the Mongols. When the Mongols attacked, they believed they were chasing a retreating enemy, but it was a trap. As the Mongol army pushed forward, the hidden Mamluk forces suddenly emerged from the hills and attacked from multiple directions. The battlefield turned into chaos. At the most critical moment of the battle, Qutuz reportedly threw off his helmet and shouted a cry that echoed across the battlefield. The Mamluk army charged with everything they had. For the first time in decades, the Mongol army began to break. Their general Kitbuka was captured and later executed. The Mongol forces were defeated. The Battle of Ain Jalut became one of the most important battles in medieval history. It was the first major defeat of the Mongol army, and it stopped their expansion into Egypt and North Africa. The empire that had terrified the world had finally been stopped. And the man who made that moment possible was Saif ad-Din Qutuz.